Goodness knows you've been looking long enough. With the Volvo XC90, you've finally found what you've been looking for. A luxury SUV with seating for up to 7 people and loads of cargo space. Not to mention premium technology, including Google Maps, Google Assistant and Google Play. The Volvo XC90 is what you're looking for. Now at special run-out pricing from $99,990 plus on-roads. Visit Volvo Cars and discover why the XC90 is the vehicle for right now.
You're listening to the Weekend Sport Podcast with Jason Pine from News Talk ZB.
Well, quite incredible last night. The Crusaders opened their Super Rugby campaign with a win over the Hurricanes. It was a back-and-forth game between the two sides. The Hurricanes getting out to a 14-0 lead. The Crusaders getting back to 14-all. And then the Hurricanes get out to 22-14. The momentum swings their way. Then back to the Crusaders in the second half. I think the Hurricanes only got 3 points in the second spell. But in all of that, the story of the game, apart from the Crusaders winning, has to be replacement halfback Kyle Preston scoring not once, not twice, but thrice.
Crusaders go short side right. Little inside play. Shelford, Jordan, and it's Kyle Preston under the posts. The Crusaders head back. Numbers here to the left. Harvey, little chip and chase. Over for Jordan. Sits up beautifully. He gets a pass away to Sevu Reece. He's working it down towards the 22. He kicks it back in field. Oh! Kyle Preston!
Crusaders players down with
Preston picks and goes. Kyle Preston! A hat-trick on debut from the kid from the capital.
Unbelievable stuff, and Kyle Preston has been nice enough to join us this afternoon on Weekend Sport, the hat-trick hero from last night. Kyle, thanks so much for your time with us here on News Talk ZB.
Not a problem. Glad to be here.
Well, last night couldn't have gone much better, could it, for both yourself and the Crusaders?
Nah, definitely not. Can't really ask for anything more, to be fair. Didn't expect anything like that, but super grateful. Yeah, kind of feels like a bit of a dream, but yeah.
Kyle, what were you thinking as you, I guess, came onto the park? You probably weren't expecting, 78 minutes of game time?
Yeah, I definitely didn't expect 70-odd minutes on the field, but yeah, I kind of saw Noah go down and yeah, had to step up pretty quickly because there's no other way.
14-0 down. I guess that wasn't the best to start for the Crusaders, but you managed to work your way back into the contest. How did you, as a side, respond to that early couple of tries you conceded?
Yeah, I think obviously getting 2 tries down early and then a yellow card was pretty tough, but the boys responded pretty well. Kept grinding. We knew it would be a battle, and it would take all of us to do it. So the boys put in a big shift, and yeah.
I guess a confidence boost for the team as a whole, Kyle, to come from 14-0 down at home, get that victory to start the season.
Yeah, for sure. We spoke about this year Apollo Project being our home and protecting it with all we got, and it's going to take all of us to do it. And yeah, super stoked that we were able to start the season off with a good win. So yeah.
I mean, Kyle, what were you thinking? 1 try, then 2, then 3 on debut. That's a remarkable stat line for anyone to have in a single game to get a hat-trick, but you're on debut in Super Rugby. What were you thinking?
Yeah, obviously didn't expect it. I was hoping for 1 at least on debut, and to get 3 was pretty special, and definitely didn't think that was going to happen, but pretty stoked.
What are the skills that you pride yourself on as a halfback, Kyle?
Probably the basics of just catch, pass, obviously passing is the main one, and kicking game. But I like to think that I've got a good running support line game, and I'm always there to finish off tries with the boys doing all the hard work and me just running over the line.
What was it like playing a lot of your old, Wellington teammates last night? It was a perfect script, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was. I think the icing on the cake to be able to have a debut, but do it against those guys, it was pretty special. And yeah, there was a bit of niggle and holding back in the rucks and a bit of trash talk throughout the game, but that's all what it's about. So it was cool.
What were you seeing out there at halfback, I guess, in terms of the way the game was panning out? It felt like the Hurricanes had you at the edges in the first half, but maybe you tightened that up in the second. What were you seeing from your vantage point?
I think, they did a really good job at getting around the corner and beating us on the edges, like you said. And I think we spoke about it at half-time that was a work on for us through the second half, and the boys did really well to adjust to that and, done well.
I guess last year you weren't there, but has that been spoken about, I guess, the tough times this team went through in 2024 as you embark on a new season? Yeah,
for sure. There's been a bit of a chat of obviously how last year was and not letting it be a downfall, but a growth point for the group. And I think, starting the season off with a good win and good morale in the group is positive.
Can this be somewhere, I guess, where you add something because you weren't there? You don't have that baggage of last year. You can just come in and sort of add what you want to this group.
Yeah, I think, for me, it's just coming into the environment, being like really welcomed in by the group and the coaches and management, and then just me being myself and adding what I can. And I'm hoping that's been a help. So.
I know the Hurricanes were trying to get you on board as well. What tipped you to go to the Crusaders in the first place?
There's pros and cons for everything, for both choices really, and I think for me I've been in Wellington my whole life, and to get out of the region and have kind of a fresh start and just a bit of growth aspect, not just for on the field, but personally, I thought that was going to be a big part of it. So I think making the move down here was good for me, just off the field as well.
Yeah, and obviously you've been a roofer by trade in recent times. How recent were you doing roofing, and have you had to obviously park that for a wee while with a Super Rugby contract coming your way?
Yeah, so I actually luckily just finished my roofing apprenticeship at the end of the start of last year, before the NPC season started. So I think maybe March was when I fully qualified, which I was pretty stoked to get that in. And then to have a good NPC season and kind of be full-time by the end of the year. So it kind of worked out pretty perfect for me.
Do nights like last night sort of give you that belief that you're on, the right track as a professional rugby player?
Yeah, for sure. I think, obviously, like I said, debuts are pretty special. And to be able to have a decent performance on a game like that is, something I can take a bit of confidence from.
And obviously, it looks like Noah might be out for a wee while, so more opportunities might be coming your way. Just have to grab both of those with both hands. Yeah,
exactly. Just continue to do what I do and keep working hard every day to be better. And one, for myself, obviously, and then two, to help the team do as best as we can. And hopefully Noah's back as soon as he can, and it's not too bad.
And the Chiefs next week in Hamilton, always a tricky trip. What are you expecting out of that? Obviously, their first game coming up tonight.
Yeah, we'll have a watch of their game tonight and see how they go. But they're always a tough game. Haven't played them personally yet, but I know the fight they give. So it'll be a big battle, and we can't let out at all.
Well, it was a great start last night, Kyle. Loved watching you play and look forward to seeing you over the rest of the season. Best of luck for the campaign. Thanks for joining us.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Cheers, guys.
Appreciate your time. Kyle Preston, one of the stories of the round. It's going to take something pretty special to knock that off the perch as a story of the round in Super Rugby.
For more from Weekend Sport with Jason Pine, listen live to News Talk ZB weekends from midday, or follow the podcast on iHeartRadio.
For a few years in the 1970s, the Mr. Asia Syndicate made millions.
Heroin creates its own market. It acts like a form of plague.
Until jealousy, betrayal, and murder brought it all crashing down.
Then he just pulled out a gun, shot her in the back of the head, and then said to Wayne, "You're going to help me bury her."
This is Mr. Asia, a forgotten history. Listen to episodes from February 19th on iHeartRadio or wherever you get your podcasts.